Tama lang ba? Expected ba yung medyo matagal yata na desisyon ng Korte Suprema dito sa motion for reconsideration, or this is just within the period as expected?
Wala namang period no pag Supreme Court na ganyan, depende sa discretion nila. Meron ako mga nakita na mas matagal pa. Para sa akin lang is, of course, siguro pinilit nila na mailabas ito bago yung 1 year bar, no. Pero
Mm.
para sa akin palagay lang, at least my observation as a lawyer and as a citizen, no, of this country, it felt like ang bilis na lumabas ng original decision, pero itong motion for reconsideration ay parang mas
Matagal.
matagal masyado. Baka hindi natin alam yung internal deliberations siya. That's just stating a fact, and that's stating an observation. No, na yung first one, parang ang bilis, pero ito parang masyadong mas tumagal. Baka mas mainit siguro yung debate dun sa loob ng Korte Suprema, kaya nagkaganon.
Okay, sige. Pag-usapan natin implication nito, no? Kasi basically, it affirmed its earlier decision na talaga na-activate na yung 1 year ban. Di ba? Tama? In the case of Sara Duterte's impeachment complaint. And basically, yung idea or yung lumalabas na void yung impeachment complaint that was filed by Vice President Sara Duterte. Let's talk about the reason cited, no? Kasi ang isa naging problema as questioned by many doon sa previous decision was nag-overreach daw yung Supreme Court when it came to its powers. Okay? Pakipaliwanag nga yan in the context of this decision on the motion for reconsideration.
Well, the same pa rin ang observation ko, no, bilang lawyer. I just like to say first, of course, that the Supreme Court is a human institution. And as a human institution, it is an imperfect institution. So even if it's a unanimous decision, it can still commit a mistake. And in my humble submission, no, as a continuing student of constitutional law, I think that this is one of those grievous mistakes. No? And the Supreme Court has done this, has committed this before, yung mga ganitong grievous mistakes. No? And even if, let's say, for example, it is binding, diba? We are not prevented from actually sharing our observation that it is correct, even if it's binding in this country. No? So my humble submission as a lawyer, as a continuing student of the law, is that the court is mistaken for several reasons. No, one of which is what you've said na merong judicial overreach. Bakit? No, kasi sa ating pong struktura sa konstitusyon, sa saligang batas, meron tayong tinatawag na tatlong departamento. Yung tatlong departamento na yon ay co-equal branches of the government. Ano ibig sabihin no? Equal po sila. Ibig sabihin they are supreme in their own respective spheres. Pinagkatiwalaan sila ng konstitusyon na gawin ang certain mandato, certain powers. No? Ang kapangyarihan ng Korte Suprema is what we call judicial power of judicial review. No? Pero pagdating doon sa mga powers ng ibang executive branches of the government, ginagamit lang nito yung tinatawag nating expanded powers of the Supreme Court when it comes to judicial review, expanded judicial review powers of the Supreme Court as contained in Article 8, Section 1 of the Constitution. Pero nakalagay doon is yung grave abuse of discretion lamang. Ano ibig sabihin natin, no? Ang nakalagay sa ating saligang batas, pagdating sa impeachment, ang may sole duty niyan, sole obligation and sole power supposedly is both the House of Representatives when it comes to initiating it, no, and the Senate when it comes to trying it. No, ang nakita natin dito, the Supreme Court came in and gave several prescriptions on how to initiate this the impeachment complaint. No, para bang and I saw that there were a lot of contradictions in the resolution. One, sinasabi nila nirerespeto nila yung rules ng House, pero at the same time sila ng napakaraming rules kung paano mag-initiate and impose it upon the House. No? Kasi alam niyo po, dahil co-equal yan, lalo na yung House at yung Senate, pwede po sila gumawa sa kanilang rules, sarili nilang rules, and dapat hindi nakikialam doon kahit po yung Korte Suprema. Pero dito po sa pagkakataong ito, parang lumabas na maraming prescribe na mga bagong things yung Supreme Court. No? So, dyan, mababalidate yung theory na supreme in its own sphere yan. Anong sabi ng Korte Suprema dito sa resolution, dito sa affirmation, no? Nag-a-apply daw yung due process clause. And then dahil nag-a-apply yung due process clause, naglagay siya ng gaano kahaba yung period na kailangan, anong interpretation ng period na iyon, no? Na wala naman doon sa prescription ng batas. Tapos, in-apply doon sa kaso ni Sara Duterte. Ang saving grace siguro dito, and this is just a disclaimer, no, kailangan pa natin basahin ang pangalawa at pangatlo kasi para sa akin pong palagay, hindi rin po masyadong malinaw yung pagkakasulat. Ito lang po ang aking appreciation bilang isang abogado. Hindi maganda at hindi malinaw yung pagkakasulat nito, kaya kailangan pa natin basahin ulit siguro ang pangalawa, pangatlo, at pagdebatihan, subject to numerous interpretations, kung ano ito, bago po siguro ma-resolve clearly what the court meant, no? Kasi nung binabasa ko po kanina, no, 2 beses ko namang inulit, parang marami doon na parang, what does the court mean? So, yung
Which part? Ano yung nakikita medyo, mas malabo, medyo malabo?
Ang isa is, ang sinasabi, kina-clarify po nila na para bang pagdating doon sa second mode of impeachment, hindi na raw kailangan yung proseso na magkakaroon ng trial, no? Hindi ko alam kung that resolution is a withdrawal kasi hindi naman nila sinabi kung wini-withdraw na nila explicitly yung doon sa nakaraang decision or they're just clarifying na hindi na ba talaga kailangan, no, yung para bang magkakaroon ng mini trial doon sa House of Representatives, and this is just only for the second mode ba? Doon sa first mode kailangan pagka-refer to sa Committee on Justice. Yun yung one. Yung second na hindi talaga sa akin malinaw is yung analysis ng court na tumigil lamang doon sa, ang nakalagay kasi doon sa saligang batas, dapat ma-refer daw within 10 days, no? Ang sabi, ang appreciation po dito ng pagka merong nag-endorse, ang appreciation po dito noong mga legislators, legislative days, no? Ibig sabihin, 10 session days. Ang sabi ng Korte Suprema, hindi, 10 working days yan. 10 calendar days, no? 10 calendar days. And kahit na 10 working days yan, dapat in-initiate, dahil yung first day, yung first impeachment daw, nagkaroon na ng 10 working days, hindi in-initiate, hindi pa rin in-include sa order of business at ni-refer sa Committee on Justice. Yung second, third, fourth, barred na kagad. Ito ang hindi talaga sa aking malinaw kung dahil ang analysis ng Korte Suprema is dahil impeachment is so important, it is so urgent, there is a primary value is given and accorded to it by the Constitution. Urgent yan para matanggal daw yung mga masasamang tao sa impeachment. Sa pwesto nila kung sakaling masama talaga silang tao at masama silang leader. Urgent yan, sabi, di ba? Kaya calendar days yan. Dahil hindi ni-refer yung kay Sara Duterte, automatically yung second, third, fourth, barred na lahat. At dahil hindi yung first yung inakyat, second, third, and fourth, barred na lahat. Yung fourth ang inakyat, invalid yung articles of impeachment. Akala ko ba urgent kung merong masama sa tao? Ang ginawa nila is binar nila lahat. So the practical effect is, if based on the assessment of Congress, and this is the assessment of Congress, because they actually impeached Sara Duterte already, she is unfit to remain in office, and trial should happen forthwith. Yun ang assessment ng House of Representatives. Dahil lang, urgent daw, hindi pinalo yung 10-day rule, lumampas sa calendar days, mag-antay na lang tayo ng 1.5 years. How is that consistent with the reasoning na supposedly urgent yan, kaya calendar days yan, kung ang practical effect ng resulta ng ginawa ninyo is, ng Supreme Court is, magantay na lang kayo ng 1 year kahit masama pa yan. Akala ko ba urgent, di ba? Para bang sa akin ito, hindi nirespeto yung assessment ng House of Representatives ng urgency of the matter or at least trying to prepare for the matter adequately, yun yung una. Pangalawa, sabi ng Korte Suprema, due process applies, di ba? At the initiation stage. Hindi kasi nakalagay yun sa Constitution eh. And di ba yung due process is actually the trial? Yan ang aking tingin Bakit biglang nagkaroon ng due process pa lang doon sa initiation stage? I've never seen that in any part of the Constitution, no? And I'd be willing to be corrected as a lawyer. Because the reason why there's a trial is precisely because that is where the due process is going to be. It's going to be a trial. Sara Duterte will be allowed to answer. Sara Duterte will even be will be allowed to hire a battalion of lawyers. Pero dito, parang pinilit for me, at least in the analysis, na dapat due process applies already in the initiation stage at prescribe kung ilan yung 10 days, working days ba yan or legislative days, and na wala lahat, no, na hindi dapat ang nagde-determine yan is the House of Representatives as a co-equal branch. And ito at least ano ko lang to, initial analysis ko lang to, hindi ko pa nahihimay ng mas malalim pa sa gusto ko kasi again, even the way it's written, to me, it's not very clear.
Okay, tsaka ito nga, no, yung parang tinanggal yung parang presumption of regularity doon sa ginagawa ng House of Representatives, which has a sole power to initiate impeachment proceedings, hindi ba? So, go ahead.
Yeah, co-equal, tapos co-equal supposedly yung House of Representatives, tapos prescribean kung paano yung rules, prescribean kung paano yung pagbabasa nung nung kanilang days mismo, legislative days pa and calendar days, nagkaroon ng distinguish and dichotomize ang legislation and impeachment at dapat hindi raw yan ordinary legislative days, calendar days raw yan. Di ba parang ang hirap pinilit na yon, sila na nag-create ng dichotomy, hindi hinayaan yung House mag-decide kung calendar based days ba yan or ano yan, legislative days yan, describe kung paano yung proseso. Mas malala pa yung unang decision for me kasi para bang hindi pa binigyan ng presumption of regularity kung binasa ng mga members of the House of Representatives yung impeachment
Nakaka-insulto actually.
Oo, medyo nakaka-insulto for a co-equal branch of government, no? And so in-overly judicialize yung proseso ng impeachment at the initiation stage, even if the Supreme Court itself, on the second breath or on the start of its resolution, said it's quasi-political and quasi-judicial. In-over-judicialize, naglagay ng sobrang daming requirements that are nowhere to be found, nag-impose naglagay ng interpretation on days na dapat, I think, should have been left to the discretion of a co-equal branch, no? And para sa akin, kahit na ganoon, mali pa rin for me yung interpretation, no? So dahil in-overly judicialize yung initiation stage, unfortunately, as an ordinary lawyer and as a citizen, my observation is it felt like the Supreme Court joined the political fray. Parang gano'n yung nangyari, no? Dapat kasi yung Supreme Court is beyond the political fray, di ba? Pero dito, at least what a lot of people appreciate, what a lot of people see, including myself, is that it felt like the Supreme Court was joining the political fray. Maybe it wasn't its intention, and even if we give, of course, all the magistrates there the benefit of the doubt, it's just that it seems to create that impression, which I think endangers our trust in the judicial system, no, na nagiging overly politicized ang Korte Suprema.